Breaking news. According to Sahara reporters, a planned coup d'etat has just failed in Nigeria. According to the news, 16 military officers arrested over alleged coup plot against President Tinubu. According to the online publication, the officers ranging from the rank of captain to brigadier general were picked from various locations across the country in a coordinated operation by the Defense Intelligence Agency and the other security bodies. So, Andre, what do you perceive about this coup d'etat?
To me, it's a bittersweet, it's a catch-22. To some of us, it could have been one of the biggest geopolitical moments of 2025, even though we are coming towards the end of 2025. I mean, I would have been so glad. I don't know. I'm not interested in politics. I'm not a political person. I'm just a patriotic Nigerian, okay? But given the issues of pressing concern in Nigeria, the complete marginalization of the masses, there is a lot of things going on in this country. And you see, this coup d'etat would have been a breath of fresh air. I'm not being political. My allegiance is to no one. My allegiance is to my motherland. This would have been a complete show of, should I say, blessing or liberation. And just imagine how it would have been perceived across the continent of Africa, the most populated country, the most, flamboyant country. A coup d'etat just got through. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me, how would you have perceived this information? And the disappointing aspect of this is the fact that the group that were involved, they said 16 officers. And according to credible intel, we are hearing that a brigadier general was involved. Man, what I feel so bad right now. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for everything, because I feel like what could have happened if this coup d'etat was successful? Now, if we go deep into the reason why these officers actually, plotted this coup, they plotted it for, I don't know if it was the right reason. They plotted the coup d'etat because they said they've been marginalized for so long, they've not gotten promotion. It's part of the struggle. But it would have been more interesting if they were planning the coup d'etat for the liberation of the Nigerian people. So to me, it looks a little bit parochial right there. Okay, so that is how I feel about it. But it could have been one of the most incredible news of 2025. In fact, we all are tired of civilian regime in the whole continent of Africa. You can see in Madagascar, there was a coup d'etat, and given the timing of this alleged failed coup d'etat, coming at a time when Nigerians are requesting for the freedom of a lot of people, the freedom and the liberation from oppression, from complete marginalization. Look, I'm not with this whole argument of Christian genocide and all of that. There is genocide in Nigeria, okay? But let's not bring things from the religious perspective, right? We are all Nigerians. So if we agree that we are all Nigerians, I don't want this old divisional perspective of seeing things. Nigerians, there's a genocide going on in Nigeria against Nigerians. Let's put it that way. But the thing is, it could have been a good coup d'etat, and it could have been a bad coup d'etat, because we don't know the real intention of these coup plotters. And according to the information we have, they were picked from different locations across the country. But man, it would have been a great coup d'etat, because at the end of the day, it would have been against the interests of the people that control the government of Nigeria. Because there was a time the CIA said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is an active agent of the CIA.
And now let us shift our focus to West Africa, where it looks like new allegations on Nigeria's president have emerged. Reports suggest that the Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, has confirmed that Nigeria's president, Bola Tinubu, is regarded as an active asset by the US intelligence agencies. Now, the disclosure surfaced in a joint filing by the CIA, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Drug Enforcement Administration. The agencies were opposing the release of the unredacted or the non-hidden information about President Tinubu's background. Now, according to the Nigerian journalist David Hundeyin, who has spearheaded the efforts for full transparency, the American agency submitted a memorandum citing Tinubu's status as a CIA asset. The CIA's memorandum underscored the importance of safeguarding its intelligence partnerships.
The government did not debunk it. A lot of things were not said. But at the end of the day, you know, a failed coup d'etat is a failed coup d'etat. I'm highly disappointed. And man, I don't know. But what I think is now that the kudos to the Nigerian authorities that were able to foil this coup d'etat. But this is it now. The stage is now set. At least some group of officers have attempted. Now they failed. See, this whole thing is going on, is the wave of coup d'etat is going across the African continent. And this is a loud and clear message to all the democratically elected, individuals in Africa, that if you are not doing the right thing and serving the interest of your people, you will be removed unceremoniously. So that is how I feel about it.
And in the second episode of today, all NGOs have now been informed to open a bank account in Burkina Faso, through which all their transactions will be done. How do you think this move is going to contribute to reduction in crime rates?
So I think it's going to help in solving the problem of insecurity in the Sahel, because not only in Burkina Faso, you know, we might have some of the NGO doing multiple transactions. So Burkina Faso is looking for a sort of transparency, accountability. They want to spread their counterintelligence net. You know, look at the case of the INSO recently. You know, we had the case of, the Red Cross in Niger Republic. You know, a lot of NGOs have been clamped down in the Sahel. Different NGOs doing the work of espionage against the interest of the Burkinabes. You know, and if you look at the money that those people are paying to some of the infernal saboteurs that they've actually, signed into these deals, you can actually see that they are investing a lot in just making sure that they can destabilize the country. So Burkina Faso now saying all NGOs must have an active account that runs within the state of Burkina Faso. They are trying to make sure that they monitor every transaction that these NGOs are able to make. Now, I don't know how much and to what extent this move or this system that they're trying to create is going to be able to arrest the covert transactions of this NGO, because we know that some of those people, most of their funding, most of their transfers fund is being done covertly. So we have to be able to know, how this is going to work, but at least it's a step. That means Burkina Faso is aware that they have to really, turn on the light. They have to turn on the heat on those people, so that, because given the evidences we've seen so far, the INSO, several NGOs have actually been captured in the Sahel to be involved in inflating this, insurgent war that has been going on in the Sahel. But now we have a situation where, this move will only help to reduce the crime rate in Burkina Faso that is being orchestrated through these NGOs. And I think that is a very, very dramatic, it's going to really have some dramatic effect. But for how long are they going to be able to stop these NGOs before they devise other, covert means through which they can funnel, channel their funds to these elements of destabilization in the Sahel? It's going to be a long walk, but we are going to stay strapped in and we are going to be ready. We saw the beginning of this liberation war, and I believe that by the grace of God, by the help of God, we are all going to see the end of it.
Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.